Today's episode is sponsored by Spartan Chemical Company. Family owned and operated since 1956, Spartan Chemical is a leading manufacturer of superior and cost-effective specialty chemical products sold through select, trusted distributors. At Spartan Chemical, we make clean simple. For more information, please visit spartanchemical.com.
Today, I'm pleased to welcome Brant Insero, the ISSA Senior Director of Education, Training, Certifications, and Standards. Brant, welcome to the program.
Jeff, it's always a delight to see you, my friend.
Same here. Today, we're going to talk about some interesting news, some breaking news, so to speak, and it's all about what you've been working on recently. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Jeff, and thanks again for acknowledging this, because this is major news. This isn't something small, but for over a year now, we've been working intimately with ServiceMaster Clean, and we had some wonderful meetings in the early days with Pete and Josh and some other individuals from ServiceMaster, where they were searching for a solution to really help their franchise owners advance each business unit. And not only advance their business units, but help create standardization and validation that they're truly doing the things that they say they're doing on a daily basis. And we started this wonderful partnership in designing the rollout and implementation phase about 8 to 9 months ago. And currently we're in the pilot phase of this with 11 of the franchise owners, and soon to be rolling this out to the rest of the organization in the near future.
So big news indeed. CIMS certification with GBAC support. What does this mean for the franchisees? What are they going to get from this?
So it's not an easy lift, Jeff. If for anyone that's ever gone through CIMS on the initial phase, they know how much of an impact it really makes to their business and how much work it takes. But each franchise is going to go through the entire CIMS standard, the first 5 sections. And they're going to begin aligning all of their standard operating procedures in place. And the goal here is that we're identifying any gaps to make them stronger. We want to make them more profitable. We want to provide them a competitive advantage against all the competitors that are out there in the marketplace. And at the end of the day, their customers have been demanding more of them over the last few years. Originally, since the pandemic, expectations across the board are higher. But with ServiceMaster specifically, they do a really nice job from a corporate standpoint with all of their templates and direction that they provide their franchises. They support them really nice. But we wanted to just take them to the next level. We're hoping to see that they reduce operating costs. They're going to increase their employee retention, just as so many other CIMS organizations have seen in the past.
I want to ask this question, Brant. It's something I've noticed in the past year. It seems like CIMS is in the news more. There's more things happening with CIMS. People are embracing it more. What's changing? What are you doing?
Yeah, I wish you gave me some time to think through that question. But I don't want to toot our horns, because that's not what this is about. It's really about our members, and it's about the industry as a whole. And really, since 2020, roughly, everyone has looked to the cleaning industry to say, we want to do things better. We want to be more effective. We want to be more efficient. There's a lot of demand coming not only from the customer, but as well as other investors that are looking at organizations for possible acquisitions, or I mean, the list goes on and on. But CIMS has been leading that, because it's something that, whether it's an investor, whether it's a customer, an end user, they can rely on CIMS, because it's the foundation of how to run a proper, effectively run company. And at the end of the day, one of the other things that we're noticing is more and more organizations are going out to RFP requiring CIMS. Government agencies up in Canada have been latching on to CIMS for quite some time, and we've seen a lot of momentum in Canada. Locally here in the United States, again, more organizations requiring it during the RFP process. Most recently, the Kimmel Center in Philadelphia, which was one of the press releases that came out earlier this year. And Jeff, I can't share this news yet. It's a nail biter, and I am so excited to share it later this year. But anyone that's watching this, I want them to stay tuned because I have a gut feeling CIMS is going to make a tidal wave of news later this year regarding requirements of CIMS. So that being said, I don't see this trend dying down. I actually see it increasing, and we're going to be talking a little bit about this at the IFMA trade show later this year in Denver, because more facility managers, property managers, and building owners are requiring of their contractors to have specific certifications and standards in place.
That's what I call a proper cliffhanger, Brant. So I guess if you're not going to tell us, we'll wait for the news.
Jeff, I can't tell you today, but I promise you personally will be the first to make the announcement because I want you to get all the likes on social media.
All right. So we'll release that news when Brant says so. So thank you, Brant, for your time today. And congratulations on this news about CIMS certification.
Thanks, Jeff. It's big news for ISSA, but more importantly, congratulations to ServiceMaster.